Hey there, friends, and welcome to Drawing with the Blakleys. I'm Dad.
And I am Bennett.
And Bennett, you know what we're drawing today?
I do not.
Oh, you do, because you can see it. We're drawing a Doom Hunter from Doom Eternal.
Oh, I thought we just had that up there.
That's not a coincidence. That's what we're gonna draw.
Oh.
Thank you to Tricky and also Yes for suggesting Doom Hunter and Doom related things that I interpreted as Doom Hunter. I really like the look of this, although we'll get into it when we do the actual video. If you would not mind, please do hit the like button and the subscribe button if you would like. We would love that.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's go ahead and get started with his
mask.
Yeah, I was gonna say not his eye, because it doesn't have an eye as far as I can tell, but his mask.
In the typical sense of what you some call an eye.
We can start with the hole in the center of his mask here. Or, I mean, you guys know what so what I was gonna say before, what I started to say was that I actually took a fair amount of time in figuring out how I was gonna do this. So obviously you guys have seen the thumbnail, you've seen our finished example, which we at this point have not seen because we're still drawing it, but you know that it's kind of a head and shoulders portrait of Doom Hunter. And I looked at a few different things because I always draw out, do some practice draws before, partially to see how long it'll take, you know, if it's even really a realistic thing for us to draw. You know, is it too insanely hard for it to be one of our videos? And I started off with kind of a full body Doom Hunter, complete with his, you know, little hover sled thing that he rocks.
We're gonna rock.
And it was just too much. It would have been like an hour-long video to draw all of it. And I figured a big percentage of people watching this were not necessarily going to be able to do it. It's not a dig on you guys, it's just, like, I can barely do it, and I'm an art teacher.
Yeah, if anybody knows art.
It's the guy who actually, I don't know, let's just say, for example, teaches it.
Yeah, so it's certainly not meant as a slam on anybody. It was just like, you know, on the past when we have done some more difficult ones, we do tend to get more people saying like, hey, this was really hard, or, you know, I'll see it reflected in the numbers where it's like people watch it for like a minute or two and then they're like, they just give up and go to a different video.
I'm out.
So yeah, I definitely didn't want that to happen. Oh my gosh, Bennett, I thought we were gonna stick together.
Nope. Sorry. Bye.
Dude's going to Santa Fest. Anyway, so I started with the full body, but then I didn't necessarily. Part of what I like about this guy is his stuff he's got going on with his arms. His double chainsaw arm and his other arm with the gun with a skull on it. So I kind of wanted to incorporate that somehow. So it couldn't just strictly be head and shoulders. So this was kind of the compromise again, but I looked at some fan art, what people had done with that, and I looked at some other things, and so what you're seeing here is kind of what I came up with, partially inspired by a few different fan art renditions of this guy, and yeah.
My cat fell, my bad.
Oh, the cap of your marker. I thought you were talking about I'm like, no, it's still on your head. You're not talking about your baseball cap, though. You're talking about your marker cap.
No, I'm not talking about that cap.
You're not talking about all your lies.
No.
'Cause that would be no cap. I would have to say no cap on that.
You said cap?
Charlie audibly cringed.
He does do that a lot.
Wow, what's the deal with that? Charlie cringing very loud. What's the deal with that? Let's see here. Can kind of. And can come down. There's just a lot going on with this guy. That's the other kind of part that's both fun and difficult about this guy. It's just all the crazy details. So anyway, I figured there was more than enough here to do a pretty crazy video. So that's what we're attempting to do. So Bennett,
Yeah.
you have not played Doom Eternal.
I was gonna, but then you guys said no.
I have not. Although I did watch the boss fight with this guy, just because I was kind of curious what it would look like. I am, as I
Hey,
believe I
Dad.
mentioned once, I am a big fan of the original Doom game from the 90s, which I definitely played, and Doom 2, and Quake. I played those all when I was just a couple years older than you are now.
Dad, can I pretty please play Doom since you played Doom when you were young?
Well, I mean, I was a little older than you are, but
Bennett, have you
I
seen
might
the
be
original
into
Doom
Oh,
graphics?
he said maybe. He said maybe.
Bennett, have you seen the original Doom graphics?
I will consider it.
They literally look like
He'll
they're
consider. He'll
being
consider.
ran
That's
on
enough.
on a potato PC, guys. Like legit.
A potato. What is a potato piece? Is that like a PC
Potato
that's
hooked
powered
up.
by potatoes?
Yes. One potato. Like that's it.
Well, Charlie, you could say that about any game made from the 90s. Wolfenstein,
Oh, I love
the
that game.
Chex game.
The Chex game.
Yeah, Chex used to have.
Chex like cereal?
They used to
The
put video
cereal?
games in their
They have
cereal.
better trail mix than actual cereal.
What's your brother talking about?
I don't know. I got a clue at this point.
Dude's crazy.
That dude is pretty crazy.
Dude is cray cray all the way. Alright. Sorry that your ears had to endure that. I'm gonna keep going now. Start doing some of his armor and whatnot on him. Bennett has completely abandoned me, having, I guess, felt like he sufficiently
No.
details.
It's not that. It's just the water.
We are totally flooding over here, guys.
That's true. It's the time of year here at Drawing with the Blakleys where our basement floods.
24/7.
I'm literally sitting here on a little ship, just playing on the I forgot what I was playing on the So I'm playing on the console, the new console.
That's different than the Xbox that
It's
you get to
because I forgot what it was called.
It's an because I say it's an
The
use? So yeah, anyway, Dune fan from way back in the day. OG, Doom, Kessel, Wolfenstein before it, Quake after it, all those. So I'm pretty psyched to see that Doom seems to be back in a big way. Although, I mean, it's not like that's a new thing. They've been back for a while now, but seeing as how I'm usually too busy doing other things to play video games, I might actually try and play this one. Bennett.
You might. Wait, you're gonna play Doom?
I'm gonna try.
You're gonna play video game?
Right? I was watching that battle and I was like, it was both giving me some nostalgia vibes and also I'm like,
The game runs faster than 1
Charlie,
frame per second.
Charlie, he wants to play a game.
I will definitely play the game on your behalf.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever heard of a
Boomer.
dad.
You're gonna say a boomer.
I wasn't gonna say boomer. I was thinking of another word.
It's
That
not
was,
like it's,
believe
Think
me,
of another word that meant boomer.
Yeah, it was kind of like boomer.
it was like old person.
A senior citizen.
Artifacts.
I would be one of these guys who'd be like, guys, I'm only 41, but
Oh, 41.
That's exactly-
That was in the 90s. Oh.
that would be exactly what a dumb boomer would say, so I'm not going to.
I'm only like, what, 65 billion years old?
Charlie, that's not that old.
I was only born in like 1982.
I'll tell you what, Charles.
BC.
I'll tell you something, Charlie. First of all, you're not in this video. But second of all, keep up that talk and you might not live to be my age.
Yeah, don't worry about that. That was just a weird sound because I forgot.
Don't worry about text message coming in to Bennett from a girl.
No. Yeah. I'm not
I forgot to
gonna.
put my phone on silent. Sorry, dude.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to.
He's like, I got a text from a girl.
No,
Check it out, you nerds.
It's his.
Dad. Gonna.
All I can say is it's his cousin, so don't get all.
Whoa, wait, whoa.
Just kind of, it's like he's got kind of rotting, dead skin stretched over some bones and metal parts here. Yeah, I'm just kind of digging what's going on here. Again, not to sound like a boomer. Well, I mean, I feel like I have the right to sound like a boomer since I apparently am one.
Yeah.
No.
You were born in the. You were born 19 BC.
I was born in the 20th century. Yeah, I was born in the 20th century. 1980.
BC.
Yep,
What he means by 20th century,
I'm like,
as in the 2nd century BC.
when I say I was born in the 80s, what I mean is I was born in 80 AD. 80 AD. As in like Roman times.
80. Yeah. What he said.
Yeah, I already made the joke. You can't improve on the joke when I made it accurately.
It's 80.
Hey, you're not in this video, so you don't exist anymore.
Oh boy.
You just completely banished me out of existence.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Alright. And then here's kind of the fun part here. Gonna quickly flip over to my other reference image as I draw.
Man, basement is so wet. I don't even know why we're doing a drawing video down here and there's paper.
Bennett, you're saying that, and I'm sitting here in my little floatable raft. Playing on,
You're just sitting on a chair.
it's a floatable chair raft.
I mean, it's a chair, so it would float. It's made out of wood.
No. Have you seen a boat made out of wood?
Yes.
Have they floated?
I mean, I've ridden in a boat made out of wood with you.
See, wood floats.
Yeah.
Under very special, just at all.
No, it pretty much all floats. Unless it has something heavy and metal on it.
Oh, you mean people?
Well, people aren't made out of metal.
I mean, there are some pretty metal people that I've met in my life.
There's a lot of iron in people.
A lot of irony, too. But I digress.
That joke made me eternally cringe.
Uh-oh. You know how when you're a kid, your mom says, don't make that face or I'll get stuck like that? Charlie just cringed so hard that his face is in a permanent cringe.
And constantly, it looks like I'm constipated constantly now.
Oh, I just assumed that you were. And you're not constipated, Charles? I had just assumed, I guess. What?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Boy.
Alright, that's it. You done earned yourself a whooping after this video.
No, guys. We're just talking about peanut butter jelly. I forgot what I was talking about now. So
Peanut butter jelly time.
That's it. You definitely earned yourself a whooping.
You've gone into cringe jail.
Yeah, you're going to cringe jail.
You have the right to remain cringy.
He was watching 3 a.m. challenge videos. Nobody cares.
Hannah was watching those today. I was just about... I thought Charlie was gonna die of cringe.
Oh yeah, she was watching 3 a.m. videos and she actually got scared of it.
Who is Hannah?
Your sister.
What sister? I've never had. I don't have what? Oh, come on, Audrey. Because that's the only little sister I have.
Well, Audrey was the one that was showing Hannah the 3 a.m. videos.
I don't have a little sister.
Wait, she was showing 3 a.m. videos to a baby?
No, the baby was showing it to her.
What baby? We don't have little sisters, or we don't have any. I don't have any sisters. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He wishes that were true. We actually used to have some, but then we were driving through McDonald's drive-thru at 3 a.m. and we ordered a Happy Meal.
And they all died.
And they all died.
They all vanished to a mysterious place called the orphanage.
Wait, but if they all vanished to the orphanage, then wouldn't we also be in the orphanage? That's it, Charlie. You're going to the orphanage in Brazil.
Alright. Well, friends, I think we're gonna kind of end that there. That feels sufficiently detailed to me.
Sufficiently?
So, Bennett.
Yeah?
Let's go ahead and color this bad boy.
Oh yeah, once I'm done mapping.
Alright, well there they are, the Doom Hunters.
Hunter.
Doom
Dun, dun, dun,
Hunters.
Dun, dun, dun. Spooky.
I'm not sure why we did that, but that did just happen. Anyhow.
I did it because I could.
So yeah, we already set it up at the top, but I'm going to say it again real briefly here. If you would be so kind as to leave a like and subscribe, that would certainly help us.
Please.
Get the word out so that more people come and check out these videos. If you liked it, hey, maybe somebody else would.
Please.
And your like will help them to find this video.
Please. Guide.
Also,
Be the guide. Guide your pals.
yeah,
to
that's
this
right.
channel.
Would your mother like this? Would your father like this? Probably not.
Would your grandma like this?
Oh, almost certainly. Grandmas love us. We are a hit with grannies.
How'd you know?
I mean, I've always been a hit with grandmas. Just, you know, generally. They love me. Anyway, so yeah, let your grandma know. This will be her new obsession. Yeah, so that's it for us, guys. Until next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.